presentation. Thank you so much. And of course, the current president of the Philippine Marketing Association, Miss Arlene, where are you? Hi ma'am, you are always a special lady in my heart. Thank you, thanks so much. And of course, the organizing committee itself, and I understand that this project was done over the past 3 months. They took over from someone. And I want to give a special acknowledgement to Mark, Mr. Mark Koh. Mark, are you around? Thanks, Mark. Mark, I do events, by the way. I know how it's not easy to put up something like that for just within a short span of 3 months. And of course, the chairman, the overall chairman, Mr. Donald, wonderful job. Okay? Now, without further ado, I'll just go on to my slides, which I would like to share something that is very close to my heart right now. Now, of course, my topic for today is winning marketing trials by comeback. I wonder why they put me on this panel. Was it because they also know that I'm the president of the Karate Association in Singapore? Do you all know that? Okay, anyway, I'm the current president of the Karate Union Singapore, which is the biggest federation in Singapore itself that promotes karate. Okay, besides being a president, and of course, like my dear friend just now that did his last introduction of me being the Chief Entertainment Officer, I believe in entertainment. That's why I've been in the entertainment industry for almost 20 years. Okay? Right, now today I'm going to touch on something that's very close to our heart, reality. But before that, let me go to my previous slide first. You saw the picture over there? This picture?
Yes.
And the person over here?
Yeah.
Look different, right?
More handsome.
So which is real?
More handsome.
Is it?
Yeah.
So this is more handsome? Okay, so this is real. Well, okay, now we marketers always say we would like to make things a bit better. Alright, so this is Photoshop, by the way. This is real. Okay? Why did I say that? Now, what is new reality? What is real? Okay, basically reality technologies existed long ago, since the 1980s. Okay, now using reality technologies to influence person's perception on what is real. Currently, it's the latest practices or marketing ploy to actually help to influence someone's perception on what the marketers want to do. Now, reality technology includes the following: virtual reality, augmented reality, and mixed reality. Let me go on to the virtual reality. Now, virtual reality is a term used where we generated a three-dimensional computer environment which can interact with a person. Okay, so that's in short virtual reality. So VR actually creates an environment for all our senses and how we experience it. Now, VR is nothing new. In fact, it existed since the 1980s. But then, in the 1980s, there isn't much devices that you are able to use to experience VR itself. Okay, and I believe today, among us sitting here, probably have a certain or probably some experience with VR, right? Okay, if you don't know, you can just hop into a shop and buy yourself a Sony PlayStation, and you know what I mean. Okay, but however, because in today's technology, in VR itself, it allows a lot more. You don't have to use the VR goggle anymore. You can use your handphone devices or even your tablet. Okay, so that's why it's getting more and more popular. But before I go on, I just want to know how many of us are marketeers, true blue marketers. You do marketing for a living. Just put up your hand. Show of hands. So I only have this group of marketeers. This group are engineers. The lawyers are behind and the doctors are over there. Okay, now even lawyers, doctors, engineers, you do some form of marketing, right? Correct? Okay, so this is one of those tools that currently as a marketing consulting agencies we are exploring, and in fact we are deploying to all our clients. Now before I begin, perhaps I would like to show you a video. Now today I'll be showing quite a number of videos of it because I think through videos you are able to articulate more on the experience. Now I would like to show you these actual videos which they use 3D mapping and virtual reality, VR itself, in a restaurant itself in Dubai, okay, and how it enhances the customer's experience by using 3D mapping including VR technology. Okay? Is it moving? You know, when it comes to technology, sometimes it fails. That's how the... Okay? Or the whole addiction experience through a craving experience, the very first stage. So putting on the glasses or putting on the VR goggles, right, they make them go through a craving stage. Now during this craving stage itself, naturally they'll be able to feel the craving for drugs. Okay, but on the second phase itself, it actually puts them into another environment, as if they are already dead because of drug abuse. Okay, and they put it into a zip bag with maggots running on them. So imagine the kind of feeling. Okay, do you think you like that kind of feeling? And last but not least, they put them through a phase that they have total recovery from drug rehabilitation center, and then perhaps spending a good meal or enjoying their family, enjoying meals with their family itself. So if VR technology is able to change someone's perception, imagine what you are able to use it, or how you're able to use it to change your consumer experience, if you are able to deploy this to your advantage. Okay? Now, from VR itself, the next phase we talk about is augmented reality or augmented technology itself. Now, while VR is a computer-generated environment for human beings, for people like us, augmented reality is to put in computer-generated components into real world. Okay? So augmented reality actually turns the environment around by placing digital images, virtual objects into real time. Okay? So you can experience a lot of AR right now into video gaming. Alright, so now, but augmented reality in actual fact is also used in a lot of campaign right now to enhance consumer experience. I would like to share with you one in particular which is being done by Pepsi itself. Okay, so let me show you a video on Pepsi. Our computer has caught up, has catch up, and then on top of that, the devices, the strength of the devices has actually gone up very much. So all this actually in combination comes the next phase of reality technology, and that is MR, mixed reality itself. Now, mixed reality is actually a combination between augmented reality and virtual reality itself. I think, in fact, it's nothing new right now. If you to look at Microsoft, the latest Microsoft product itself, right, it actually embedded MR products into their current Windows system. Okay, in fact, Microsoft teamed up with HP, Dell, and Lenovo to launch this into their product. Okay. This video will be able to show you what is MR.
On location.
So, the projection for reality technologies among AR, VR, and MR is expected to hit 150 billion USD by 2020. This is the projected growth. In fact, it is on set to hit the target itself. So as a marketer, I would encourage you to look at this seriously as a tool of marketing. When you put up your marketing plans, deploy AR or reality technologies as part of your engagement. Okay? Now, of course, all this technology actually comes from one thing. That's AI, artificial intelligence. Okay? I just want to ask you very simple questions. I think a lot of us are iPhone users over here, right? Are we? Or you're a Samsung user? Now, remember iPhone 2 when it was being launched? Till now, iPhone 8 or the iPhone X right now. Now, those days when during your iPhone 2 or iPhone 3 phase, right, till now itself, the memory space has increased a lot, right? Including the pictures that were taken, including the videos that you have. It has increases a lot, right up to today itself. It's up to 256, right? Okay? Now, as we predict, the use of CV. If you're an iPhone user itself, you know what I'm talking about. Or if not, if you're an Android user, it's a Bixby itself. Do you talk to your iPhone sometimes? Have you tried talking to Siri?
Yes.
Yeah, I do, right? I think the new generations of even people like us, You talk to them and they are able to respond to you. And they are able to respond to you better and better and better right now. Almost human-like, right?
Yeah.
Okay? So this is by no accident. In fact, it is built over time. Okay? Oops. So we are already deploying chatbot. I think chatbot is nothing new. Chatbot is something that is actually a computer-generated response system that are being used by a lot of banks or services provider right now. Okay, especially in Singapore, our local bank, POSB, is using chatbot. All right, that actually helped to reduce a lot in terms of human capital. Okay, and one thing, because human, we have emotions. Sometimes if we wake up from the wrong side of the bed, the way that we responded over the phone may sound differently. But for chatbot, it's consistent. So it will get more and more intelligence, like how the Siri is actually doing right now. Including Prudential. Prudential in Singapore is using chatbot as a form of response. Initial response to the customers. But I will see chatbot taking more and more from what? From the call center. So you will see the reduction in terms of human capital in call center. Okay, now human intelligence and artificial intelligence. Now this too has always been a topic all the time. Now we have been talking about human touch, human intelligence itself. But to me, I think artificial intelligence has proven over time and time to be consistent and to be growing. Okay, so that's why we are very good in chess, especially the Chinese, the Japanese. Okay, they are all very good in chess, including the Russians. But look at it, all these chess masters all over the world are really losing to artificial intelligence. Okay. Now this is a graph that's actually coiled up and invented by me. The degree of intelligence versus over time, the period itself. Generation 1, Generation 2, and Generation 3. Now, Generation 1 may be the one that invented the initial AI, building up all these big data, feeding into the artificial intelligence itself. So it will still be above AI. But Generation 2, you can see that it's actually a cross between the AI and the human intelligence. Okay? But comes Generation 3, you will see AI taking over human intelligence. Reason why? Because for human itself, we go through certain life cycle. Okay, we need to go through a learning phase, but not for AI itself, not for artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is something that they build on. So while human, we revolve. Okay, human we evolve, artificial intelligence revolve. So therefore, artificial human intelligence will be able to surpass most of human intelligence. So at this stage, I always get questions like, if artificial intelligence is going to replace human intelligence, then what will us do? What do humans do? I believe there are still other things that we can do, right? We can always, we can always think about something like going for holidays, right? Coming to Philippines. Okay, which brings me to my next thing. There are a lot of robotics right now. In fact, robotics is nothing new. Robotics started during the 1950s, 60s, right up to 70s. So I'd like to introduce Sophia. Sophia is actually a humanoid robot that's being developed, and currently, I think the latest development for Sophia itself, she has become a Saudi Arabian citizen, and the very first robot to receive citizenship from any country. Okay, and this is getting very real because of the recognition on the development on robotic. Let me show you a video and you know what I mean. Rooms collecting all this laundry, okay? But I should say Singapore, we are a little slow in this technology itself. Let me introduce the Hana Hotel in Japan, now which they have deployed almost 90% robotics services in the hotel itself, okay? Let me show you this video. You're being served by T-Rex, dinosaur, okay? Anyway, good news to all the single men. Anyone single around here? Can you show of hands? Single man. Okay, don't worry, women will come to you. Single man. I think I know a lot. Married but available for today. Anyway, for single man itself, good news to you. They're already developing robots to replace the actual wife at home. Okay? Now imagine you have a robotic wife. what will happen. Let me show you the next video on this. Okay, because all this will actually reduces the margin of error. Okay, I think I need to recap on the last slide itself, which is virtual reality. Now, virtual reality actually provides an infinite space to the consumer using technology-generated environment. Now, while augmented reality enhances the finite space with infinite elements to create an environment of reality. Okay? So, last but not least, mixed reality actually integrate both the infinite and finite space where the potential of development is subject to the creativity of a marketeer. Okay? So, as for marketers itself,